welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I do appreciate it. Be sure and like, follow, subscribe on TikTok and YouTube so that I can grow my collective. I would appreciate that. I am open for tarot readings. If you guys want to stick around at the end of this video for some updates and just some general information, stick around. So if you are new, I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread from the tarot. And then I do have 3 oracle decks out today. I brought out the elemental oracle, the angel oracle, and then the spirit animal oracle. So we will pull a couple cards from each of those decks, get some additional messages, last minute messages from spirit, things that we need to hear. So let's see what we have. We've got Judgment, 2 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, 9 of Swords, man, 9 of Cups, Death card, dang. We got the King of Cups, the Hierophant, the Knight of Wands. The overall energy is the 9 of Pentacles. I like that. That's good energy, Aries. On the bottom, we have the 5 of Cups. So I always take the bottom of the deck. It's kind of like the underlying energy of everything. With the 5 of Cups, that's like grief, loss. He is focused on these cups that are spilt here, but he's not seeing what's behind him. So I feel like maybe this is you kind of focused on something that's been lost. That could be a person, it could be a job, it could be, you know, a friend, family member, it could be a loved one, whatever it is. It's a general reading, so it's going to be different for each of you. But there's definitely been some loss here. Could be finances as well. Let's see. At the heart of your spread, we have the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is kind of like an awakening. It is like an aha moment. This is like a renewal type energy. So I feel like there's an awakening or a renewal of energy that's wanting to take place here, which could be because of this loss, this grief. Maybe you just kind of need like a rebirth and a transformation. And then we do have the Death card here too, which we'll get to. But what's blocking you is the 2 of Pentacles. So the 2 of Pentacles is about balance. And this could be about money. This could be about you balancing your work and home life. This could just be balancing your emotions, balancing your money. But just balance in general overall. So he's got these 2 pentacles here and he's kind of, you know, it's a balancing act. And then you've got the water and the ships in the background that are kind of like flowing, you know, so it could be just like going with the flow and then balancing everything. You know, you could feel very overwhelmed if you've suffered a loss. That can be very overwhelming. So it could be also be about you just staying emotionally balanced. The root of this is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is about like a surrender, a pause, taking a step back and looking at things from a different perspective. It's also about like surrendering outcomes and releasing the need to control outcomes. If you've suffered a loss and you're trying to, you know, hold on to things, or you're trying to hold on to a mindset. This could even be about mindsets, you know, or a spiritual awakening. You're trying to go through a spiritual awakening, but you're holding on to these old ideas or these old situations, things that you need to let go of, which is not always easy. So in the past here, we have the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords is about anxiety, fear, worry, a lot of worry. It's a very heavy, like tension type energy, but that's definitely in your past. And it, again, I think it's tied to that loss. Your higher self or your subconscious is you're wanting a wish fulfillment. You're wishing, you're hoping for things to change. And you're kind of calling that in. Your higher self is telling you to hold out for hope, hold out for wishes. And you're kind of, you know, you could even be manifesting, but it's about being content and fulfilled. So if you've suffered a loss, this can be your higher self telling you, you know, you suffer losses for a reason. And I know that's easy to say. And I know tarot readers say that all the time, but I myself have suffered a lot of loss. And I realize that with that loss comes new beginnings, comes wish fulfillment. So, you know, we always say we want certain things or we want a certain wish, but then when things start changing, you know, it's hard to go through because in the near future, we have this death and rebirth. So there are endings and there are new beginnings. You're going through a transformation. And again, that could be like, it could be a transition in your job. It could be a transition in a relationship, whether that relationship is with a friend, a family member, a loved one, a love relationship. This could just be a change in, again, mindset, a spiritual awakening. Take it how it resonates for you. How is that? What is changing in your life? Where do you feel like there is a rebirth occurring in your life? So your advice from Spirit is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is the feminine, masculine king. So cups are all about your emotions. He is a king, he is a leader. And again, this is not male, female. I read energy, not male, female. So masculine, we all have masculine and feminine within us. So the King of Cups is an emotional king, but he's emotionally balanced and he is a compassionate leader. So I feel like this is Spirit telling you to, again, remain emotionally balanced. We have that Two of Pentacles here as well. But I feel like you need to emotionally balance yourself. He's very wise, very good leader. So maybe take the lead on your emotions here. In your immediate environment, we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is about traditions. It is about institutions. It is about teachings. So this could be, you know, again, it could be in your environment, there are changes in your job, changes. This could be about your marriage. This could be about religion. You know, maybe you're opening up to spirituality and this is about your spirituality changing, spiritual leadership. It's also about like social groups and belief systems. So again, it could be a mindset change. It's going to be different for each of you. So your hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands it's a fire. You're a fire sign. So, but he's also a very fast moving energy. He's very passionate. So I feel like you're wanting to move forward into like something passionately, or you're hoping to move into a new passionate beginning, like an adventure. He's very courageous. He can also be rebellious. But it's a very fast moving, like I said. So I feel like you're wanting things to move forward quickly here. The overall outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is about the fruits of your labor. It's about being like financially independent. She's kind of like just luxurious, handling her own. It's also about your self-worth. So this could be an awakening for you and a mindset change that's going to help you with your self-worth and for you to realize that you are safe and secure and you are stable and you are capable of doing things. You know, I feel like we can get in our head a lot of times and not realize our capabilities, not know, you know, our worth. So I feel like there's definitely a lot of like self-worth and mindset in this for you. And I feel like that's changing for you, which is awesome because, you know, Aries is a fire sign. Like you guys are, you know, very leader-like and you know what you want. So I feel like this loss is kind of, it's been affecting you, but that's going to change. That's transforming. Wish fulfillments are coming in here. Self-worth is coming in here. What does Aries not see coming, Spirit? What does Aries not see coming? So we have the Four of Wands, celebration, joy. Three of Cups, again, celebration. Maybe you're celebrating with friends, family. And then we have the Two of Wands, which is like an expansion. It is making decisions and leaving a comfort zone, taking risks. So maybe you've been on a pause because of a certain loss in your life, or, you know, you're afraid of this transformation, but you're definitely going to be moving forward here. So the Four of Wands is all about happy home. I mean, this could be marriage as well. This could be like a union type of energy. And then the celebration is like a wedding. So this could mean like a wedding. This could also just mean like a party that you're having, some kind of celebration. Four of Wands is about like stability, joy, happiness. The Three of Cups is about joy and happiness, celebrating with others. So this could be about like a party that you don't see coming. And it's going to help you to kind of expand. This could just be you celebrating an expansion, or you celebrating and expanding here. But it's definitely about like taking those next steps. It could also be about like partnership. So this very well could be like a marriage partner coming in here. Again, it's different for each of you. Take it how it resonates. If you're looking for love, this could be like a love partnership coming together here. Maybe you were suffering a loss in your relationship, but now things are moving forward into marriage, because we did have the Hierophant here, which could be about marriage as well. So again, take it how it resonates for each of you. You know what you're going through and what's going on in your life, but this is really good energy. I really love this. Very joyous time, very stable, expansion. What does Aries need to focus on right now, Spirit? Advice for Aries. Ooh, that Devil, that negative mindset. Nine of Swords, Five of Cups. Awesome. So, actions and advice from Spirit. What you need to focus on. We've got the Devil here. So, in your past, we have that Nine of Swords, and then the overall energy was this Five of Cups. These are like negative mindset energies, and this could be like a toxic mindset that you're sitting in. And when you sit in a toxic mindset, you're telling the universe what you're sitting in, and like, for example, you know, like, I hate my job and I'm never going to leave here, and this is such a horrible job, or this person's not coming back, we're never going to be together. What you tell yourself is what happens. You're manifesting that, and that is a cycle. That is a negative cycle. It's a negative mindset. So don't do that to yourself. Focus on what you do want. And this could also be, you know, negative patterns. Like maybe you have, when you're depressed, you shop, or you eat, or you drink, you know, alcohol. It's any kind of addiction or negative behavior. Spirit's telling you to cut that out. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is passionate new beginning, you know, taking that, it's being inspired, enthusiastic. So I definitely feel like you need to kind of step into a new passionate energy. And then you have the Empress here. And the Empress is about abundance and growth. She's also about like fertility. So you could be like just sitting in like an abundant growth type of energy. You know, I feel like Spirit's just kind of telling you to let things come to you. Be passionate about what you're doing. And that doesn't mean don't do anything, but it means that you just be open to receive things and let things flow to you, and kind of sit in this abundant energy. You know, don't sit in that negative mindset, in those toxic cycles, and look forward to a new passionate beginning and something that you do want. I really love this for you. This is really, really awesome. So let's grab some oracle cards and see what other messages Spirit has for us. Ooh, really. So yeah, this is really awesome. And you know, this could be, like I said, a spiritual awakening, an aha moment. It could be like just a renewal type energy. So this could be like a whole new renewal in a mindset, or my gosh, these cards, come on now. It could be just like an aha moment in a relationship, or a mindset. So we have visualize success. See yourself doing well in the situation and have faith in a positive outcome. See, focus on what you do want, because that's what Spirit's going to bring in. You know, you may hate your job, but there's certain aspects, you know, it pays your bills, you know, look at that. You may hate, I hate that word. You may not like going through loss, but you have to look at what you have to gain, or what you still have. You know, always look at the positive. Find those silver linings. Ascended Masters. Powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over you and guiding you. So you're protected, and Spirit is watching over you here. You know, especially if you're going through like a spiritual awakening or a big life transition. So we had in the original four major arcana, excuse me. Yeah, so almost half. But, you know, and then you had a few in the rest. But, you know, it's definitely a big deal when you go through a rebirth and things are ending and beginning. That's never easy to do. Definitely worth it, but it's never easy. So we have Dragonfly Magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. That's a really pretty card. It's the Dragonfly and then the Lotus. Ah, yay. We love lotus flowers here. So if you don't know the story of the lotus, it grows through like mud and like every day it blooms again, even though all the crap it has to go through. That's why I named my company The Purple Lotus. But anyway, yeah, this is about transformation. So things are definitely transforming here. Things are definitely moving into the better. And it's not always easy to let go of certain things, but once you realize what could be, focus on what could be. Just find those silver linings. And I know that that's easier said than done. Believe me, I've been through it. Hummingbird, miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. I love that. So, you know, sit in happiness, sit in joy. Things are changing, yes, but they're changing for the better. That's the other thing you have to see. You know, when we manifest or we want new things, the old things have to go. And that doesn't mean they won't transform with you or they won't eventually come back. You know, especially people. Like if people see you growing and changing, they could do it too. If you could do it, so could they. You know, and you can't always take people or situations with you, but that doesn't mean you won't ever see those things again, you know? So we have air, motion. That's a really pretty card. Well, I grabbed 3. I usually only grab 2, but that's okay. We'll take 3 for you. We have air, motion, bushfires, fury, and mountain clarity. Interesting. Okay, so we'll start with air, which is the number 22, which combines to a 4. So those might be significant for you. Be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in and be mindful of the way you communicate. I love that. So yeah, as you step into the self-worth, realize how great you are, but also, you know, watch how you communicate that. So then we'll go to Bushfire's Fury, which is number 10 or 1. Extreme emotions once engaged are hard to put back in the container. Anger is a healthy emotion, yet fury is less necessary. Warlike emotions should be tempered unless survival requires it. Emotional intelligence is required at this time. Again, with this King of Cups, balance your emotions. It's okay to be angry at things, but how you express that is when it can become a problem. You know, talk things out or just stay emotionally balanced here. Sometimes things aren't even worth your anger. Like, why waste the energy on certain things? Man, have I learned that. Some things are best just let it go. Who gives a shit? So number 16 was mountain and clarity, which can combine to a 7. There's an advantage to looking at things from a higher perspective. You are too close to something to see it properly and clearly. Take the high road. Look at the big picture. Are you making too big of a deal of something? Again, with the anger, we had the Hanged Man here, which is about seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a higher perspective. So I really love this for you, Aries. I think this is really cool. I like this energy. I feel really good about it. Hopefully it brought you some clarity and that's something you need to hear. If you want to stick around, I am going to talk about my website. I am open for tarot readings again. I kind of closed everything down because I had a lot of coaching and tarot clients, and I didn't want to take on too much. I want to make sure you guys are getting my full and undivided attention. So I kind of closed everything down for a little bit, but everything's back open. Go check out my website. It's really interactive. It's a lot of fun. There are some free downloads on there, and all of my products are listed. I will be adding more as I get them finished. It's just trying to work full time and do this. It's it's a lot, so I can only get so much done at certain times, but I'll get more uploaded as I can. If you're interested in my newsletter, I do send out one every month just to kind of go over the astrology for the month so you know how to work with the different energies. If you go to my website on the home page and scroll all the way to the bottom, you can sign up for my newsletter. That's also where I announce sales that are going on, and it's where I will announce free tarot readings. So if you follow on TikTok and YouTube, I give away free tarot readings on those channels. So if you follow them both, you have 2 opportunities to win. But definitely sign up for that newsletter and give me your email so that I can notify you if you do win, if you're interested in the drawing. And I do not sell your email to third-party companies. It sends me an email once you sign up for the newsletter, and I put your email in an Excel spreadsheet for my own personal use. And I will not spam you because I hate that. I'm not going to do that to others. So yeah, definitely sign up for that. Go check out my products. It's all about like the moon, the astrology, tarot. You know, like I said, as I get other products finished, I'll get them up there. But I'm just going to have to pace myself and do what I can while I can. So anybody that has purchased items or donated, thank you so much for all your love and support. I really appreciate it. And if you're not interested in the products and you can't leave a donation, then I understand that too. All the likes, the shares, comments, that's very much appreciated. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing how the messages resonate, the synchronicities. I've gotten so many interactions with that, just how, you know, synchronicities or signs kind of coordinate with each other. And like, you know, there was one girl that had owls in her backyard, and I had a card with owls on it. So it was just really, really cool to see that synchronicity, and, you know, just to kind of build my own collective and have my own little community here, which is a huge goal for me for the rest of this year and into next year. So yeah, definitely wanted to say thanks to you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.